Hi everyone and welcome back to the Crafty Yellow Camper. I promised you this video about a week ago and I'm sorry, I've been on holiday. We all got ill on holiday and today's the first day I felt well enough to record it, so apologies for the delay. The new autumn winter catalogue, or the seasonal, whatever you like to call it, mini catalogue, September to December, went live on the 4th. So that was last Wednesday, I think. So I can show you more of it inside now than I can just the cover. But the other thing I thought I'd do is run through what I actually bought, give you a little bit of reasoning behind why I bought it, what kind of things I'm planning to do with it, and where I can I'll find it in the catalogue for you. Okay, so I did buy a reasonable amount of stuff. Some of it is bundles, some of it is standalone items. I've got some papers, I've got a couple of ribbons. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this. So this is the reindeer fun sort of a suite. So I've got papers, I've got a stamp set, and I've got dies. Okay, so I love this anyway. Bambi is one of my favourite things, and I quite like a sort of a cutesy Christmas set that's not too cutesy, and I think this hits the mark. I love the sentiments. You've got Christmas is better together, may all your days be full of cheer, Merry Christmas, good old-fashioned standard sentiments, and then you've got these cute little Bambis. Now the dies, as usual, the lovely people at Stampin' Up have done us a really good set of dies. So first of all, you've got the dies that correspond with the stamp set. So you've got this one is the two little, the mum and baby together. But then we've got a few, this is the bells, which is this one here, which is really nice. And then we've got a few extras. So there's a little tree there, so there's a die for that. And then there is this really lovely die that will cut out for you. Now the thing to remember on our dies is that where there's a raised edge is where it will cut. So it will cut round here and then it will just take this out, which I'm really looking forward to having a go with that. There's a little wreath, and then on the second page you've got some bits here that you can make up other things with. So there's the deer in 3 sections, so back section, middle section, front section, so you can make like a 3D deer's head, which is meant to go with that wreath around its neck. Don't like the idea of a deer's head hanging on the wall, but I do like the idea of it popping up from behind this frondy die here. We've got some quite decent sized holly leaves, some more bells, some holly berries. Now this is interesting. So this one here, this little die here, and this die here, they're meant to go over these parcel dies. So this is the one for the bigger die, and this is the one for the smaller die. So basically you can make your parcel look like it's got a different coloured ribbon, which is really nice. There's a little bow there. Oh, and this is like a string of fairy lights. So lots and lots of lovely things to play with there. I'm going to try not to make this video too long, so if you've got any questions for the things that I'm sort of rattling through, then obviously yell, put a comment and I'll try and reply to you. Okay, so these are the papers. These are really nice. Now, one thing I would just like to point out, that some of these dies do fit on the papers. So you've got this leaping die here, leaping deer here. There is a die for that, which corresponds to it in the papers here. So you've got this one, this one, this one. So there's quite a few on a sheet that you can cut straight out of the paper. So I'm going to show you the opposite sides. So that's the deer on the front, and this is the opposite side to that. Now I haven't had chance to see if that present die will coordinate with those yet, but that's something I'll be having a go of. This is the one that I mean about the deer's head. Now, oh, mixed views on that. Anyway, it's meant to be a little bit fun. And on the back of that, hopefully you can see that, is holly leaves and berries. Then you've got these reindeer, which remind me of the Babycham reindeer leaping. Okay, and that's got the fairy lights on the back. Oh, I should probably just say that in the stamp set there is the harness for the deer as well, which is quite a nice idea. Pardon the pun. Okay, this one I love. Look at that. That is so cute. I mean, just a section of that on a card on its own would make a card front on its own would make a really lovely card. And on the reverse of that, we've got this green and red plaid. Then this one, again, a section of that with some of the deer and the trees would make a lovely card front. And then on the reverse of that, you've got these trees, great for backgrounds. Now, this is one of my favourites. This is the deer. You've got snowmen. You've got a deer pulling a sled with a rabbit on. Ice skating deer. The snowman, little presents with a little penguin. Again, great for cutting up. A little bit of fussy cutting going on there. And on the reverse of that, you've got the red bells. So there are lots and lots of lovely bits that you could use. And then the colours in this are early espresso, garden green, granny apple green, pecan pie, pool party and real red. So lots and lots of different colours in there that you can coordinate your base cardstock to. Again, like I said, you can do some fussy cutting with these papers. You could just use some of them for a background. So a section of this bells paper with a die cut bit on top. Lots and lots and lots of lovely choices there. So let's put that one aside. Now, this isn't actually a pre-order, but this was an online exclusive. But I wanted to include it in my pre-order filming because I often forget to show you new things on online exclusives. Now, this is called Golden Greenery. It's a 2-step stamping set, which I really love because it makes life so much easier for us. So basically, you've got these sections here, and then you can fill these in with the extra stamp. Same on that green frond, and then the same on the bells. So you stamp the background one first, and then you stamp the new one over the top. Oh, and there's some little holly berries in there as well. So that's a really nice set. And then the dies to go with this are absolutely fabulous. They have people at Stampin' Up have really been giving us some really nice dies to work with lately. So on this one, you've got the 2 sizes of bells. So that's the bigger bell and that's the smaller bell there. These 3 cut out these 3. So you've got that frond of sort of Christmas tree there, and then these 2 sets. So they're the dies for those. Then you've got some tiny little, guessing they're meant to be bells. You've also got holly berries. There's 2 of those. And the kind people at Stampin' Up have put these on a strip, so you cut that in one go. Then we've got these. These are absolutely lovely. So we've got these 2 sort of fronds, and again, these sections, which sort of mimic the stamps but on a bigger version, and it's really good to have a decent size background piece of greenery. I have actually made a card with that, if those dies, if I can find it. I don't know what I've done with it. If I can find it before this video is finished, I'll show it you, but I don't actually know what I've done with it. And then there are papers and there are vellums. So you can see I've used some of the papers. So let me just run through these and I'll show you what we've got. Okay. So please excuse the fact that I've used some of these. So this is the bells. Now, what I do like is that the dies fit. So there is a small bell, there's a large bell. And if you remember, there are 2 dies. So again, they've coordinated the papers with some of the dies. So we can actually die cut pieces out of here as well. So that was one sheet. And, oh, these aren't in order. I'll show you the other side of that when I come to it. So these are speciality papers, and I don't know if you could, there, hopefully you can pick that up in the video, that these are gold foiled on one side. So with the bells, Hopefully you can pick that up. The bells are gold foiled. So we've got this one, which is one of my favourites. Oh, these are all out of order. Okay. It's because I've had them out and opened them. And this is the other side, sort of mistletoe. So you've got this really nice sort of gold. It's not a snowflake, sort of a starburst, I suppose you'd call it. And then you've got that really nice mistletoe paper. This is the gold section. Hopefully you can see the shimmer on that. It's glorious. And that has got a sort of mottled greens background. Really nice for making backgrounds on cards. This is another gold foiled one. It's sort of small diamonds. Hopefully you can see that. And on the other side of that, we have got this, which is sort of the mistletoe and fronds in greens. That's really nice. And then we've got this one, which has got gold foiling on the frondage. So this is actually those larger dies that I showed you. This is actually those in printed form. And on the other side of that, we have this. Now, I thought at first it was text, but I can't make up my mind if it's just lines or text. But anyway, it's got this sort of mottled background again, and there are some sort of, trying not to get that, yeah, some small lines on there. So that's really nice. We've got this one here, which again, that's the gold side. That's sort of mistletoe and some of the other die cuts. And that's got this spotty background. Here we go. And then this is the bells. So that's the bell side with the gold. And then that is the sort of small plaid side. So those are the actual papers, which are absolutely lovely. And as I said, you can see that I've cut some of those to use. And then, to go with that, there are these vellum sheets. Oh, I didn't tell you the colours, did I? Let me just tell you the colours. So in the, so this is Season of Green and Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. And we have got Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Very Vanilla and Gold. So some of my favourite colours in the green and brown spectrum there. And then this is the vellum. So you've got one. Now these you get 2 of each of the sheets, and there's 6 sheets. So this is the first one, which hopefully you can see my hand behind there, just showing you that it is vellum. So you've got that one with the sort of fronds on. Now this one I absolutely love. This is sort of like a whitewashed effect. There you go, you can see my hand through it. It's sort of like somebody's inked over it and not done it very well. But it's really nice. And then this one, which is absolutely adorable. This again is the little mistletoe berries with some leaves. So, you know, 6 12 by 12 sheets doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot, this will go a long way. I mean, I will use this for in strips or panels for decorating small areas of cards. So that is Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie and White. So the colours all coordinate with the papers, and that's called Graceful Greenery Vellum. So that's that whole whole section there. I've got, I've just found the card I made. Here we are. So I happen to be at a craft club that I belong to that isn't specifically Stampin' Up, and this was the card that one of the ladies made as her turn to do the display, and I decided to use some of that Golden Greenery Designer Series paper on there. You'll see this in a little while. So these are the bells that I've just cut out of some gold paper, some of the fronds, and then this is the paper and obviously the reverse side of it because I had to cut the corners off. So that's that. So I've got a couple more of cardstock to show you. So This is our charity designer series paper for this year. Each year Stampin' Up! Do a designer series paper that the money from it goes to charity, or proportion of the money goes to charity. And this is absolutely glorious. If you are into your retro things like I am, some of you, I might have said before, I do 1940s reenactments, and this just spoke to me. I mean, it's just glorious. So you've got this very reminiscent of the Babycham Bambi. So that's that one, and on the other side of that you've got these snowflakes on a brown background. This just makes me think of Christmas sweets. And on the other side of that you've got these really cute Christmas trees. This one again makes me think of vintage Christmas wrapping paper with trees and the presents. And on the other side of that there is this green stripe, which when you look at it, it doesn't really show up so much on film, but in the flesh it looks like it should be velvet. So I'm really liking that. There's this stocking filled with treats, and on the other side of that, now wouldn't that make a fantastic scrapbook page? You've got this border all the way round. And in the middle, these sort of snowflakes, faded snowflakes, that would make a brilliant scrapbook page. But alternatively, if you cut the whole page in half, and you get 3 card fronts out of that for a C6 card front easily. Then there's this one, which is like a bouquet of Christmas flowers. And on the reverse of that, again, a red colourway of that green. And again, it feels like it should be velvety. And you've got this one, which is sort of vintage Christmas candles with baubles. And on the reverse of that, now look at this. That is so beautiful. For a Christmas scrapbook page, that would be absolutely the bee's knees, wouldn't it? It's got some snowflakes on it. It's got this lovely lantern. Again, you could cut it in half and make 3 card fronts from it. It's almost too nice to cut up, I think, but anyway, I will use it. And those colours in here are basic beige, basic black, cherry cobbler, crushed curry, early espresso, garden green, old olive, pecan pie, poppy parade, pretty peacock, and shaded spruce. So again, lots and lots and lots of base colour cards there. And although oh, actually there is a stamp set that coordinates with these papers. I didn't buy it. Have to stop somewhere, or the bank manager won't be very happy with me. I'll see if I can find it in the catalogue in a minute and show you, but those papers I just had to have. And then to go along with those, I ordered some more gold foil sheets. You get 2 sheets, and it's obviously gold backed. I've got a couple of packs of that. They are actually out of the annual catalogue, but obviously with all this gold, I needed some gold. Right, so that's the papers. So let's get those out of the way, and I'll show you the rest of the stamp sets that I bought. Give me 2 seconds to rummage in my box. Okay, right. Just move those out of the way. Okay, so the other stamp sets and dies that I bought are coming out next. And then I've got a couple of bits of embellishments to show you. Okay, so this is one of the new stamp sets called Frozen Edges. And I really liked it because it's got some really nice sentiments. Snuggle up and hope for snow, wishing you a cozy day. So the wishing you a cozy day could equally be used for a winter birthday. You've got this lovely group of snowflakes and a single one on its own, and this really nice icicle stamp. And let yourself rest was the other sentiment. And they come with these really nice dies. So you've got these 2, which do a complete edge, which I did have a C6 base. Here we go. So this is a C6 base card. You can see that it's long enough to completely go down the length of a C6 base, more than long enough to go across it. So whether you wanted to do a landscape or a portrait, they are big enough to fit down the edge, which has always been one of my bugbears with Stampin' Up, that they haven't always necessarily been big enough, but these are. So you've got that icicle edge, like the stamp, and then you've got this lovely snowflake edge and these separate snowflakes. I can see them coming in really useful for Christmas cards. And this, I think, will look really nice done with heat embossing. So watch this space for that. This was another set that I bought, another bundle. So don't forget, if you order bundles out of the catalogue or from your demonstrator, there's a 10% discount just by buying the stamp set and the dies together. So this is called Hang an Ornament. Now, actually, I'm going to see if I can find this in the catalogue to show you. It was a really reasonably priced set. Now, I think Stampin' Up are taking on board that people are on tight budgets and we don't always have enough. Let me look in the index and I'll find it. We can't always afford really expensive stamp sets with matching dies, but I really like, where is it? Page 44, miles away. I really liked the idea of what they've done here. So this is the stamp set here. It's on page 44 of the mini catalogue. So you get the stamp set, which has got these 2 baubles, and you might be thinking, well, you know, that's not a lot of stamps really, but they've done this for a special reason. So you've got the little bauble tops there, you've got a hook, you've got a leaf, a holly leaf, a skeleton leaf, a dot, and a word pull. Why have we got the word pull, I hear you asking? We've got Just For You and All Is Merry, both of which will fit in those baubles. Now, what they've done is they've given you the outside die for the bauble. Yeah, what's different about that? Let me tell you. They've also given you these 2 dies that fit in the middle of the baubles. So you could just stamp the bauble and stamp the words, or you can raise them up by putting them on here, give it a little bit of dimension. You've got the leaf, the holly leaf and the dot, and some other little berries, some more holly leaves, an arrow. That's the top for the bauble and that's the hook. Again, why have we got an arrow and why have we got the word pull? So their idea in the catalogue was to make this a card and a gift in one. So you can make your Christmas card. This is one of their suggestions. And then you can use the outside section where you cut the bauble out of, and then you can put a little bit of cotton on the back, and then people can take it off their card and they can add it onto their Christmas tree, which I thought was a really nice idea. So that was the reason I got that. And that whole bundle is only $27.75. So there are lots of things you can do with that. You can make baubles just for your Christmas tree. You could use the bauble die to make tags for Christmas presents. Again, you can use them as they have done here, just on a card, with the little hooks and everything on. You can make the card so that the ornament can come out. So it's a bit of a present as well. So I really like that. I thought that was a really nice idea and I can't wait to have a play with that. Right, that is all of my bundles, but those of you that have watched my videos before will know that sometimes I just buy the stamp sets. I'm just going to turn the light on. I think it's about to start raining here again. So let me just close up that catalogue and I'll show you some of the dies that I've bought and then show you where they are in the catalogue. So the first set that I've got is called, they are called the Peaceful Seasons dies. So for those of you that aren't familiar with our catalogue, there is an index in the back and it's divided into different sections. So obviously I'm showing you dies, so I'm looking them up in the dies section, which is here. It's called Peaceful Season and it's on page 25. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm rushing a bit. I'm trying to keep this video down to half an hour or thereabouts so you don't all lose the will to live. Okay, so this is the die set that I've bought. Peaceful Season. Now, do you remember I showed you on that card how I'd done the Christmas? This is the die that I used. So the die, one of the dies cuts out the shape of the word and one of them cuts out the actual word. So what I've done here is cut out the shape in my piece of green, and then I've backed it with some gold, so that then makes the word stand out. So I like that about that. I also like the fact that you've got these labels, if you like. So this one and this one have got, when you die cut them, it cuts a slit, so you can thread some ribbon through there. So you can either thread ribbon through the back and then use it to add it on. You could make it like a little slider with it. If you wanted to have a message underneath, you could slide it along. And these two here, again, you can put ribbon through, which gives a few extra options for packaging as well, because you can use this to make a belly band. You could use this on the top of a box, and then angle it so that the ribbons go around the box. Lots of different ideas. It goes with a set of sentiments, which I'm just gonna, that's this set here. Hopefully you can see that, called Peaceful Season. But a lot of those sentiments I've got in other sets, and I've got a lot of other sets that have got sentiments included. So for now, I'm not saying never, but for now, I just bought the dies. If you haven't got Christmas sentiments, then this is an absolutely fabulous set to get, because there are an awful lot of really lovely sentiments in there. I mean, you've got Thinking of You with Warm Feelings and A Wish for All the Merriest. Friends and family are the true gift of Christmas. Cheer all year, all the best, wishing you and yours. Merry, happy, is in the air, Christmas, peace and joy. Wishing you all that, sorry, I'm trying to read it without my glasses. Wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. So there are some really, really lovely sentiments in there. And obviously the reason they bring out a set of dies is that those sentiments fit. But I'm pretty sure that some of my other sentiments are going to fit as well. So the next set of dies that I've got to show you are called Decorative Trees. So we'll flick back to the die index again, and I like the fact that they do it separate. So where I need page 42 for this. Okay, and this is the stamp set, Decorative Trees, and these are the dies, and these are some of the examples that they've made. Now again, for now, I've just bought the dies. It's 2 pages of dies again. We seem to be having a lot of sets with 2 pages in this catalogue. So you've got the basic shapes of the trees. So this die here is the basic shape of the larger tree in the stamp set. And then you've got all these ones to decorate it with. So these 4 here, they're all the same size, so they will fit over the top. They are edged, so they should cut out a separate tree. This die here, again, will fit over the edge. And then you've got 2 smaller trees here and here, which if you there isn't an edge die for that, but you could just draw around them and cut it out if you wanted it to have a backing on it of a different colour. You've then got 3 baubles all die cut together. You've got 6 bows all die cut together. You've got strips of Christmas tree lights to adorn your trees with, and then you've got a star to go at the top. And then again here you've got a bow with the sort of ribbon, and then these tiny little almost look like tabs to make trunks for the different trees. Okay, so there's a lot there. Now the reason I only bought the dies to start with, I may well buy the Christmas tree set, the actual stamp set, but so many things you can do with these dies. They can be backed, as I said, and made into Christmas tree decorations. They could be backed, this one particularly could be backed with plain card, and you could put use them as tags. Same with these, they're symmetrical. So again, you could die cut that one and back it with just a plain white die cut with the edge die. You could die cut them and fold them in half and glue them together to make an ornament So endless possibilities with the trees. So I was pleased with those. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked my camera. Desk is getting a little bit covered with stuff now. Okay, and then the last set of dies on their own that I bought were these Greetings of the Season. Now let me see where they are. Can't I find those? Greetings of the Season, EF. Oh, that's weird. Ah, are these an online exclusive as well? Well, they're not in the index for the catalogue, so I can only assume that I have bought an online exclusive set of dies. But anyway, I'm going to show them anyway. So they're called Greetings of the Season. There is a stamp set that goes with them, which again is Greetings. But look at all these fabulous shapes you've got. They're meant to be tags. And this big one is the perfect size for gift tags. If I show you, that's a C6 card, so you can see it's quite a big die. So you've got lots of different shapes. You've got that one, you've got long, thin ones. That one. Yeah, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dies on that stamp set. So again, great for tags, which is why I've bought them. But also really useful for cards. So you could cut some of these tag shapes out of some of the designer series paper, and then you could mount them on your cards. So if I use this big one to start with, I mean, that would look really nice just with a ribbon bow onto a card front. You could do some designer series paper for the card front and then cut that out of plain and stamp something on it. Again, possibilities are endless, so you will be seeing those. Okay, so let's just pop those back, and then I've got last few couple of bits. I mean, I could have spent an absolute fortune. I've got to be honest, the annual catalogue, there were quite a few things in there that I really wasn't convinced about, but this, there is so much. So this is one of the new embossing folders. It's called Painted Trees. It's a 3D embossing folder, and I'm hoping if I put a piece of cardstock inside, you might be able to see it. There, hopefully you can see that. So you've got 3 trees of different heights, tallest one in the middle there and there, and I can see, I mean, I haven't actually used this yet, but I can see that it is going to give a huge amount of detail. Now that would be lovely just on its own as a card front. You could run that through some vellum. You could ink the inside of it to bring out the detail in the trees. You could emboss some plain card and then ink over it with some coordinating colours just to really make that detail in those conifers pop. Again, lots and lots of lovely ideas whizzing around my head for that. And it's a nice big one. So it will work for card fronts to back a card front, but it will also work for lots of other things. I mean, you could cut that into 3 and make it into tags. Lots and lots of other things. Okay, so I've got a couple more bits to show you, and then I will stop whittering on. Okay, so the first things I wanted to show you were these. So these are out of the annual catalogue. They are brushed gold cards and envelopes, and you get 20. So you get 20 of the envelopes, which is that, and you get 20 of the cards. Now, I actually used one of these for a birthday card the other day. So this is the card, and then when you fold it in half, you've got brushed gold front and back. Okay, so that's the card. And then these are the envelopes. So you've got some brushed gold on the front, and then when you fold it over, obviously you've got that really nice gold flat. Now, perfect for using for a quick card because you've got everything there, the envelope and the card base. But also, I like to be a little bit frugal with my supplies. You could cut that in half and you could use that for a card front and then add other things to it. So let's just pop those in. And then along that line as well, I just want to show you, I'm never going to be able to get those back in, am I? Let me just pop them to one side. I wanted to show you these. Now, these are out of the mini catalogue. And one of the new things that Stampin' Up have started to do for new crafters is this. So this is called Mix and Match, and basically these are the card bases. So for this one you get 9 cards and envelopes, and there are 3 colours. So you've got this really nice, I'm guessing that's Misty Moonlight, envelope and the cards, and they've just got that little bit of gold along the bottom. Then you've got a green, which I'm guessing is Granny Apple Green, and then you've got a red, which I think might be Cherry Cobbler. So the idea is, and this would be great for children as well, the idea is that you buy the cards and envelopes, which aren't hellishly expensive. They're $11.25 for 9. And then we have these ephemera packs. So you've got tags, which is that one there. You have got sentiments, which is that one there. And you have got images, which is that one there. Each ephemera pack is £9 each. So if you were to get yourself 2 of those and some cards, there is way more in these ephemera packs than you would ever need to complete these 9 cards. So you could do these with the children, add a stamped greeting if you don't want to buy another ephemera pack, use some die tags if you wanted to do die tags. But for basically a pack of cards and some images, that's really quick for getting the kids to make the Christmas cards for their teachers or whatever. And then the other thing they've done, which I think is really brilliant, this page here, page 17 in the mini catalogue, have given you ideas of how to put them together. So, you know, you could give your children a pack of cards each, cut them out some sentiments and give them bits and pieces, and then they could make their own cards. But then what they've also done is given you this. So these are some samples of how to lay out the ephemera, the sentiments and what have you from those packs. But don't forget, you don't just have to use those with the ephemera. Those are some really good sketch ideas for making cards with the other things that you've bought from the catalogue. So it gives you ideas of how to lay them out, what size of things to use. So really, really, really good idea. So that's those cards and envelopes. And then the last few bits, these, I couldn't resist these. Those of you that watch my videos know that I'm a bit of a magpie and I love a little bit of bling on cards. And these are called the Druzy adhesive backed embellishments. Now, I didn't know what Druzy meant until I saw these. And basically it means sort of spiky on top. And you've got them in 2 different sizes and gold and silver. So they're really lovely. This is one of the ribbons that I bought to go with my Reindeer Fun set. And it's really lovely pom-pom trim in Pool Party. So that's going to coordinate really nicely with the papers from that set. And then this is the other one. It's really, I sometimes find it really hard getting into ribbons without cutting the ribbon. Okay, because they have that plastic wrap around. So this one is called Blackberry Bliss and Gold. So it's got that, hopefully if I hold it up to the camera you can catch that. It's got that sparkly gold edge and Blackberry Bliss, which is going to be lovely for some sort of more dark coloured cards. Okay, so that's it for my pre-order. The catalogue is now live. Go shop. On a more serious note though, if you don't have a demonstrator and you live in the UK, then you can contact me and I'll be happy to put in an order for you. Either that, or you can search on the Stampin' Up website to find out where your nearest demonstrator is. You can go online and shop. If you do happen to go online after watching one of my videos, you can select me as your demonstrator, which I'd be very grateful for your custom, and the items will come direct to yourselves. Okay, that's it for now, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching and happy stamping.